The what if question is real. What if NBA GMs did things a little differently? What if Michael Jordan never had Scottie Pippen? What if Scottie Pippen played for the Knicks so Patrick Ewing would have a Scottie Pippen? Would things have finished differently in the Eastern Conference in the 1990s? It's a legit question. What if the Orlando Magic had another legitimate scorer? What if the Orlando Magic, with Anthony Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, Horace Grant, instead of having Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott, what if that Orlando Magic team had a bona fide scorer like a Chris Mullin? Would things have finished differently? If you had the chance to build your own team from scratch using the greatest players of all time, how would you construct your team? Another question, what if the Los Angeles Lakers had, say, a lockdown defender such as that Scottie Pippen that I referenced? So you have a Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and a Scottie Pippen. Would the 80s have gone differently? What if the 1980s Boston Celtics had a dynamic scorer like a Dominique Wilkins? Would their dynasty have gone different? I'd constantly come across people in gatherings such as, whatever, barbershop talk, standing outside a church, whatever function. And people generally say, you know, if such and such happened, such and such may have been different. A classic example is the 1980s Boston Celtics teams. What if they had a couple more athletes? They may have won 8 or 9 championships in a row. Possibly. Who do you replace? Who do you replace? Do you replace Robert Parrish with a Moses Malone? Um, you know, I am here to say, well, for one, let me clarify something too. There is also a GOAT conversation where um, the criteria used to um, establish who the GOAT is probably fandom. I hear a lot of people say Michael Jordan is the greatest player to ever play, but Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points and 30 rebounds in a season. How can you not consider him to be the GOAT? How can you say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not the GOAT? What would a team look like with a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a Michael Jordan? Interesting, right? Very interesting. Well, here is my idea and challenge. I am gathering 10, possibly 12 of the sharpest basketball minds that I know. Don't mean they're the sharpest basketball minds out there, but I'm just saying the sharpest basketball minds that I've come across. I'm going to put them in a league and have them draft from a pool of the greatest NBA players to ever play. I'm going to take those rosters and simulate them through a season, create a playoff, and then have the best 4 teams the best GM or the GMs with the best 4 teams play in a playoff with those teams that they constructed and see who is the greatest GM or who can put together the greatest team of all time using NBA legends, GOATs of the NBA. And I mean the Michael Jordans in his prime versus a Walt Clyde Frazier in his prime, a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his prime versus a Shaquille O'Neal in his prime, Hakeem Olajuwon in his prime versus a Wilt Chamberlain in his prime. So we're going to grab these sharp basketball minds, and you know who they are. Just for the sake of this video, though, I'm not going to announce who they are. I want to announce them in another video where we can get a group of y'all together so that you can see, who these guys are and not to spoil anything. I want to introduce it first in one video, and then in another video introduce the guys and such. But so I'm going to use this platform. It's a what if platform to simulate the games and such. And I'm going to post the results on Twitter just so everybody can well, of course, in the video, but also on Twitter, so everybody can follow along and see how the process plays out. So I'm doing an introductory video first. This weekend, I'm going to do a video introducing the guys, everybody in the league, and then we'll do a live draft lottery because I'm not going to give guys positions based off of who they are. I'm just going to put their names in a hat and draw them out live in a video, so everybody can see that that it's not fixed and phony, just for likes and subs and such. And then from there, a week later, we'll do the draft itself. Want to do it live. It may be complicated and long, so what we'll do is we'll try to do it live, and then we'll repost a video, edited with edited for perfection, basically. So Freezy Universe and NBA Universe, everybody out there that's interested in basketball and such, stay tuned for some big things. There are no monetary, gifts or anything like the winner is not going to get $1,000 and some mess like that. It's all bragging rights. Whoever wins can say they're the 2019 GOAT NBA, GM, based off of how they perform in the league and such. And it's going to be, and so we're going to slow play it too, so that you'll understand why GMs selected certain guys. It's just basically going to be one of those is it's summertime. The NBA is slow right now. So instead of looking at stupid workout videos in an empty gym, what we're going to do is something constructive. We're going to put our NBA knowledge to the test. We're going to, look at things from a historical context. So if you're a fan of NBA basketball, if you're a fan of the hot stove league, so to speak, this will be for you. So I'm going to ask you to stay tuned, to this. Is going to be very exciting. The guys that I've talked to already are super excited about it. And once you see who they are, you're going to be very excited to tune in for the next few weeks in order to see how this thing plays out.